The podcast. Welcome to the podcast. Podcast. The podcast. We need like an intro music to this. I'm serious. Think about it. A musical instrument, and just go out and say podcast. Oh yeah, the podcast. Oh yeah. I don't know. But welcome to our 52 podcast. Now, it's been I don't know how long. It feels like I've been doing this for almost a year. That's crazy, man. That's legit crazy. I'm excited to talk about topics. I'm always excited, to talk about some fresh topics. And I do have some. There hasn't been that much big in gaming news, except what happened last time when Xbox decided to buy Activision, and that was big. That was extremely big, and that was just big. Um, and everyone was beginning to talk about it. Everyone was, wondering, what's going to happen between Xbox and Sony. You know, and it still hasn't really finalized with everything, so it might take a while. But still trying to realize that and take it in. It is a lot. It is extremely a lot to be able to take that in. Of what they did. But we're not going to talk about Xbox nor Sony today. Ooh, we're going to be talking about the Nintendo Switch. It's been a while since I talked about the old boy Nintendo. Yes, the Nintendo that does Nintendo things like release a Switch, but not a Switch Pro. What is wrong with them? I haven't really just given my Switch out. I have not been really playing my Switch. To give you a brief thing, it is nice Switch, nice Joy Cons and everything. So the light, I really like it. But the thing is that I am trying to get some games, and I try to use my hotspot, so it takes forever. And I still haven't played all the Switch games that I currently have. I still want to get to them. However, I just feel like it's going to take maybe a minute or a bit to be able to do something like that. So, I was the last game I played, which I'm going to take it out. I'm just talking about my Switch for a minute. If I can get the darn cartridge out. As you can see here, it is focus thingy. It is Mario Focus, please. Stupid. Focus on my cartridge. Look, look at this cartridge. Look at it. Focus on the cart. Can you focus on the cartridge now? Stop. You're making it blurry. Focus on the cartridge. Don't look at me, webcam. Look at the cartridge. Okay, well, it's blurry. The camera just doesn't want it, but as you can see, it's Mario Maker 2. Oh, now it decides to focus that little second. Frick you, webcam. Um, yeah, I decided to go back to Mario Maker 2 because I was making a level, and then I got frustrated with my own level and haven't played it since. I have sort of made a new level. I don't know if I'm fully happy with my level as of like right now. I'm still been making tweaks to it, still making sure am I satisfied with it before it is upload, and all that stuff. And it takes a while to make a level and upload a level. But the next game that I was supposed to play on my Switch was A Hat in Time. But since then, I have been focused on my PC more than the Switch. I like my Switch. I like it. I like some games, but at the same time, it's like I just feel like I'm more of a PC player than my Nintendo. and I shouldn't be that way. I would love. The thing is that I would love to get back to Metroid Dread. I played that for a little bit. I like it. I remember liking that game, but there's some that I have not even played like at all on my Switch. Like it hasn't even entered in my Switch. Like for example, I'm gonna say this right now: Smash Bros. Ultimate. It has never entered into this beauty. Just for example. But I plan on coming back to it. It's just that I'm trying to get these games, so it's just gonna take a while due to internet. If I have faster internet, then I might be able to play on it more. But the reason I'm breaking this boy up because of the games that's going to be released to this puppy. There's going to be some games, and some people are saying that this is going to be the year of the best Switch games ever. And when I say it like that, I really mean it like that. So first and foremost, we just had a game that just came out today. Pokemon Legends Arceus, or however you want to pronounce it. Um, and I just I'm not big into Pokemon. I know that's kind of a little shocking. Um, I did bought Brilliant Diamond because of nostalgia reasons. I remember playing that. I remember I used to be into Pokemon. I used to love Pokemon. I used to be very excited for each of their games. And now it's like I kind of just don't care. It's Pokemon. But people say it's a lot different in the way it is. It's not like the traditional Pokemon style, and it's really not. And if you're a Pokemon person, you know how traditional it is. You catch Pokemon, you go off to the gyms, you get their gym badge, and then you go fight off in the world leaders and stuff like that, the Elite Four, and blah blah blah. And then you're the Pokemon Master. Good job, GG, good game. And there could be some extra content thrown in there, and there you go, Pokemon. But with Legends Arceus, it has a style of Breath of the Wild and a little bit of mechanics from Monster Hunter Rise. Um, because there's not much of a fighting system. You're just going around and just sort of just catching them, from what I have seen. And some people may not be interested in that, which that's understandable. But it's just I don't know if I ever want to pick it up. But it is out for Pokemon fans that's all over the world. I hope you're proud of your product. I hope that you're proud of playing Pokemon that literally just came out a few months ago. But moving on, we have a game. It's an indie game for your Switch, and it's called Ali Ali World. And it's kind of it's not like Tony Hawk in that way. You don't have free range of skating, but it's more like 2D. Like you're going from point A. It's more like a race. It's more like if you ever played Downhill Jam, back in the day, Tony Hawk. Imagine that with 2D graphics, and instead you're going you know, from left to right instead of just going downhill. That's Ollie Ollie World. It looks unique. I will say that it looks colorful. It looks nice. The gameplay wise just doesn't look that special to me. These are just my opinions, by the way. And I just man. I mean, eh. And then everyone is excited for this game. Everyone and their own mother is excited for this new 3D Kirby game that's going to be coming out in a couple of months. Um, I've never been a big Kirby fan. I do like some of the Kirby games, but it wasn't a big hit for me. On Nintendo, I'm either loving Metroid or Zelda. Those are my two biggest, and a few Mario's. But I prefer Zelda or Metroid. Kirby was just eh. I remember playing the GBA games, and that may be it. Like Nightmare Dreamland, and it was okay. People said it was the best one, and it was okay. And this 3D curve game, it looks fine. The graphics look cool. It's Kirby but 3D, and I know people are excited about it, but for me, I kind of just don't care. I mean, I might pick it up. I might just to try it, and maybe I'm forgetting something, about the pink dude. But I just don't even. I don't care. I just don't. It just doesn't do anything for me. And then another indie game is called Card Shop. It is a card game, as you can tell by the title. Obviously, we know it's obvious. Um, it's not like gambling. It's like weird. You know how some card games always introduce like a new twist, a new thing, or some new rules? That's what Card Shark is, and I don't know what the rules are. I don't know how to play. I don't know how different it is. I don't know if you're playing like blackjack or poker. I don't know. But it's Card Shark and it looks fine. It's an indie game, so keep that in mind. We're getting some indies, and the indies are usually good. You know, in the way. Next game is the Outer Wilds. Don't be confused with the Outer Worlds, please. The Outer Worlds was a great game that I haven't played yet. That people told me to play. I haven't purchased it yet, and I still haven't gotten it yet. So whoops. I mean, it looks interesting, but like whoops. Um, but Outer Wild is basically like a time loop. If you ever played some of those time loop games like Deathloop that just came out for Bethesda, that people are like enjoying. I think it got win like award. People are putting it as 10 out of 10, and I just never care for the game. I do like I do like some Bethesda games. Don't get me wrong, Fallout, and Doom under their belt, and all that stuff. I like them. Probably not Deathloop, and probably not Elder Scrolls that much. But Outer Worlds, however, is kind of like you're going like out of space, and you're venturing into these different worlds. It's almost like No Man's Sky, but a little bit more indie into it. When indie, it basically adds like a new art style to it and stuff like that, and new things to it. So that's Outer Wilds. I don't think you're fighting monsters or anything. I think you're just going and exploring and maybe placing stuff and crafting stuff. Mm. And another game is something that I just don't care about. I know some people care about this, and it's Sports Story, and it's supposed to be a series, and it's supposed to be a sequel to Golf Story. Um, can't say that I care for it, but basically it's like an RPG sports, you know, with like fishing, basketball, golf. Of course, golf will be in there. And some people, here's the thing, here's the thing. If anybody's listening, some people are expecting this game to be better than Mario Golf. If some of y'all remember, Mario Golf did came out last year, and it was okay. I probably wouldn't say it's the best Mario Golf game that I played, but it was fine for what it is. I still enjoy it, but my favorite Mario Golf game is probably on the GameCube. From my perspective, the Toadstool Tour, I believe. But people are saying this is gonna be better than Mario Golf. I don't know. I mean, we don't even have an official release date. Especially it says like maybe this year, but I heard like barely anything else. But you know, Mario Golf franchise, if you look at it, it does have some RPG elements because you're leveling up your player, you're leveling up your golf, you know, your clubs and all that, trying to buy the, you know, some good golf gear to help you out. But I can like I don't know if this will be better. I mean it looks fine, it looks okay. You know, graphic wise, it looks okay. That's what I can say about most of these games. You know, it just looks okay. I don't know if I could think like anything else. You know, like Life is Strange. Cool. Tons of people love it. Do I care about it? No. I shouldn't be. I feels like I'm just trashing on, you know, good games here. Life is Strange is a story driven game where it's basically like a visual novel type of game where you just enter their dialogue and you kind of choose what you want them to do. You know, do you want to, you know, say this option or this option? And that's the whole entire game. You know, and Life is Strange is like that. And they do have the remaster collection and the true colors, you know, coming to the Switch. The story, when I see look at it, it looks fine. You know, story wise, but I still don't care enough to play it. It still didn't drive me home going, oh yeah, I should get Life is Strange, right? Nah. It didn't do much for me. It's okay. Like it's okay. Um but it is coming out, so I mean, so that's something. Um there's two cloud game. I hate saying cloud. It needs to die. It needs to die. It needs to die. It needs to die. It needs to go in and just die. No one wants that. Kingdom Hearts, love Kingdom Hearts series with my whole entire life. It's been a while since I played Kingdom Hearts though. But I love the franchise. I love the franchise. Being able to explore all these Disney worlds and be able to talk to all these Disney characters. You know, being able to talk to Ariel, you know, and helping her out, Simba, you know, Tarzan, you know, all these great characters. It is such a great franchise, but when you decided to port it over to the Switch, make a lot of fans happy, including myself, and then you have this little saying says cloud version. For some of y'all that may not know what cloud version is, it is off the cloud. Okay, let me go into deeper terms. There will not be a physical cartridge for it. It will be off your internet. If you have stable internet, you can play it. But is that the purpose of the Switch? No, it's a hybrid console. Just look at it. You're able to bring on the go. What happened to the internet connection? You know, you're sitting there in a boss fight going, oh my gosh, internet disconnected. You know, that's how I feel about cloud gaming. It should be gone. It should be away. And another game, not just Kingdom Hearts. There's two cloud gaming. Two. Oh boy. Oh, what a joy of stuff. Another cloud game. I don't care about this franchise that much as Kingdom Hearts. But Dying Light. You kill zombies. That's basically all I can say. It's kind of like Dead by Daylight or Friday the 13th game. You know, that kind of game where you just have four people working together, and then you have this one big dude that's going off and killing people. You know, so there's like five people. You have like a team, and then you have the bad dude that's just working alone, trying to kill all of you. And it's pretty much multiplayer based in what it is. And to me, I feel like that's just boring and it gets stale. You know, I can see some fun things behind it, but it just looks it just looks a little bit stale. Another game I wish I could be hyped for it, but there's something that draws me back from this game. Um, and that is tactical RPGs. I suck at them. There's a reason why I don't like that game style. I just can't seem to do it for the life of me whatsoever. I just can't do it. People love the Final Fantasy tactics. Cool. You have to plan out your thing before you go to attack. It's a strategy RPG type of game. And I'm not a big fan of strategy games. I like some strategy games, but I completely suck at them. I really suck at strategy games. And no matter how hard I try, even on the easiest difficulty, I just can't seem to figure stuff out. I'm like, okay, do I want my troops to go there or do I want to go there? Okay, let me check. Oh, wait. Maybe I can go there, but I don't. It's like all over the place. Why am I still holding my switch? Um, and the game that's coming out is called Triangle Strategy. It's It's same format as Octopath Traveler, which I love Octopath Traveler. I will always love that RPG game. I love some RPGs. But tactical RPGs I can't do. You know. But hey, it's coming out. Another game just because of nostalgia reasons. This is just because of nostalgia reasons is why I'm getting this game. So keep this in mind. The Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga. Now, I remember way back in the day on the GBA SP, especially when you're grounded. Here's a tip for youngins. When you're grounded and they haven't taken your stuff away, take your mobile gaming and just sit by your bed and play it under the bed. And then when they walk in, just just hope that you put it in sleep mode and then shove it under your bed a little bit more where it can be reachable to you, but they won't notice you. They just see you sitting on the floor. Trust me, it works. I did that with my GBA, my Nintendo DS. It works. Trust me. So that's a tip if you want to try that. If you ever get grounded, only if you ever get grounded. But I remember playing the Lego Star Wars, and I don't care about the franchise, but the Lego games, I always adore Lego games. Just give me like Lego Harry Potter. I love Harry Potter. You know, Lego not Jurassic World. Indiana Jones. Don't even care about Indiana Jones, but I love the Lego games. Same with the Batman trilogy, 1, 2, and 3. Oh my gosh. But I don't care about Batman that much. So it's kind of the same with Skywalker Saga. They're including all of it. And all of it is going to be remade too. It says 9 movies, which I feel like there's more, but I could be completely wrong. I could be really completely wrong. There's 9 movies. I feel like there's more. I do. But it says 9 movies. Do not encourage that. I encourage it. Um, but yeah. So Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. I'm probably gonna get another game that people's been waiting and wanting and really excited for, except for me. And that is Bayonetta 3. I never played Bayonetta. It never looked that interesting to me. It looks more like a hack and slash type of game, which is fine. That's kind of what the old God of War games were. But it gets kind of repetitive and tired. And with the Bayonetta series, I just don't care. I know a lot of people are going goo goo gaga, for all of it. So I don't care about it. I mean, you're playing as a hot woman and you're slashing people. That is basically what it is. You're fighting like Godzilla type creatures, monsters, or whatever. As a hot girl. That's the game. That is the game. That is the whole entire game. That's what you do. Period. Another game is called Bear and Breakfast, not Bed and Breakfast. Okay, it's called Bear and Breakfast, and it is almost like Bed and Breakfast, but you're playing as a bear who is trying to run bed and breakfast in the middle of nowhere. I know it says woods. To me, it's the middle of nowhere. Okay, I live in the middle of nowhere. I'm not even gonna say I live in the woods. Okay, but you know, you can like set stuff up. It's like simulation. It's kind of like Sims in a way, or a little bit of Animal Crossing in a way, where you start to design like stuff like that. That simulation. I did show it off to my girlfriend Willie Chick that's in here in chat. Showed it off to her, and I told her it looked weird, but it looked. She said it looked interesting. And when I first saw that, I was like, that looks like my girlfriend types of game. But will I play it? Probably not. I don't mind maybe watching my girlfriend play it, but me, eh. Another big game I'm sort of excited for, sort of not. Is Splatoon 3. Now, I never played the original Splatoon, but I did play Splatoon 2, and I'm not big on FPS. You know, I dropped off of that whole franchise. There are some FPS games that I still love, like the older Call of Duty, the older Doom, like the older stuff. Nothing newer stuff, like even the newer Doom. It was just like okay. And then when I played Splatoon 2, it was like so different. It wasn't like it was a third person, it wasn't first person. But you're just going around and shooting ink instead of shooting bullets. And the thing is about Splatoon, the times that I played, you don't really have to. Your main objective in a multiplayer round, your main objective is to not kill everyone off the team. Your main objective is make sure most of the area is covered with your ink, whatever ink you want, like yellow, purple. There's different colors and different types of guns to be able to shoot out ink. It did have somewhat of a single player story mode, but it was still kind of focused on the multiplayer format. And with Splatoon 3, I heard that it's going to be better in the multiplayer style, which I already seen that. In the single player game, which, I mean, I didn't really care about the single player game when I was playing Splatoon 2, so, I mean, But it's supposed to be coming out this year. It you know, it looks cool and stuff like that, so cool. Another big game, and apparently it's going to be a franchise now that I'm probably not going to play. And that's Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope. And why is that? Because it's a tactical game, a tactical RPG action game where you play Mario and Rabbids. You know, it does sound like a cool concept, but for people who likes Mario, that may not understand this type of gameplay because it is very different. You know, you're making Mario to choose what to go in an RPG format, real-time strategy format, and you're making sure to hit that enemy before the enemy hits you, making sure that you're strategizing with the board or the land that it gives you, and you control Mario and the other characters and rabbits as well. And it looks cool, it looks fine. I don't care about the series. You know, you're going to someone that doesn't even care about it. So, that's all I can say, meh. Now, this game, I'm scared of. I'm very, very scared of. And that is Breath of the Wild 2. And it's supposed to come out this year. And to be honest, I didn't like Breath of the Wild that much. I know. To me, I feel like if they fix some issues with Breath of the Wild 2, with like breaking, like the breaking mechanic, I hate it. You know, the cooking mechanic, didn't like it that much. Didn't like it in New Vegas, didn't like it here. You know, and it just felt more, it didn't, some of the world, it felt empty. Like, it looked beautiful. The first time I remember seeing it, I remember being really excited for Breath of the Wild. You know, back before I even had this, I was so excited. I was like, oh my gosh, this looks amazing and stuff like that. And and then I finally picked up the Switch when Mario Maker 2 released, and then I finally picked up Breath of the Wild. And that was my first time playing it, and I just didn't like it that much. There are not less dungeons. I mean, you could say that for Majora's Mask if you want to compare it with other Zelda games in the franchise. But I'm hoping that they fix some issues to make the game better than the first one. I like there's people that's out there that's probably just like me that didn't like that game that much. In all of these games, they don't really have a release date. Those games that I mentioned. Kirby comes out in March. Same with Triangle Strategy. Dying Light comes out in February. So it should be most of it coming out this year. There should be a direct. It's rumored. So keep that in mind. It's a rumored direct that's been floating around saying like, "Hey, I might happen." I'm like, "Are you going to happen? Are you sure you're going to happen, direct? Or what games could we see that we have not known about? You know, like, are they going to finally port Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess HD to the Switch? Please do it. I want to be able to play that stupid mini game in Wind Waker on my Switch." But that's some of the games and some of the big hitters that we know so far that's coming out this year. And also, not on that, it sounds like Switch is going to have two competitors. Keep that in mind. Two competitors. The Steam Deck that's coming out next month. Now, I found this hilarious meme, and I sent it to my girlfriend. I need to reopen it, if I can find it. I'm gonna have to really try to find it. I'm gonna have to really try to find it. I'm gonna have to really try to find it. I don't know if I'll be able to find it. But it was the like this was supposed to be the DS killer, like the PSP. The PSP Vita was supposed to be like the 3DS killer, and then the Steam Deck is supposed to be the Switch killer. Um, Something on the lines like that. Um, and I can't find it in my text with my girlfriend right now. After just scrolling and scrolling, so it's probably forever out there now. But it was something like that. But the thing is, DS was still succeeding. Even if the PSP was a bit powerful, I mean, look at it. Just because you have powerful specs doesn't mean it's going to be that great. You know? So I am curious of the Steam Deck and see how well it's going to do once people start to, get their hands and review on it. But that was supposed to be one of the competitors. The other one, honestly, is shocking. Apple says they want to come into the gaming market. And part of me feels like it's going to be the same way how Google entered to the market. You know what Google did? Google Stadia. You know how well that did? It didn't do great. And apparently, from what I heard, it's still alive. Somehow. But barely and hardly. As it is about to be dead. I don't know if there's any games that still comes out to the Google Stadia. But when I heard Apple saying that they're in development, like they're straight into development, and I'm like, really? They want to put their hands in the game? I mean, they make some good Apple products. Do not keep me wrong. I mean, they make some good iPhones. People love iPhones, even though I may not care about them. iPads. So they make some products, unlike Google does, that you do stuff in and with. The iPhone seems to get better, even though I feel like we're at iPhone 9000 at this point with how many iPhones. But if you look at it, if it's getting better with each iPhone, with a little bit new, probably not that much. And people go Google Gaga all over that crap. So they do have somewhat of a past history to be able to maybe enter into the gaming market. And from what I heard from the rumors, is that it's supposed to be a competitor to the Switch. Because apparently, ever since the Switch released, it's a hybrid console, and people like that. You know, when people just playing it on their dock, and all of a sudden they have to go somewhere or be somewhere, just take it out of their dock and just be able to play it on the go. You know, that's the most fantastic thing about the Switch, and everybody wants to create something like that. You know, when we first heard about the Steam Deck, when I did a full podcast on that, when it's about to be out next month, which is a bit shocking. You know, I'm curious of the battery life. Is that going to suck? Because battery life on the Switch is not that great. You know, so you have that. You have the games. You know, and apparently SD card. And some games, from what I heard, don't run well on an SD card. So it kind of begins a little bit struggling for the Steam Deck. But the question that everyone has on their mind is the Steam Deck the Switch killer? I would say no, because if you look at its past history, it kept up because of the exclusives. Not just because of how beefy the system is. You know, like Nintendo DS, you had your Pokemon, you had New Super Mario Bros. You know, you had Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass. You know, and Mario Kart DS, you know, and other game franchises. And then you had the 3DS, Super Mario 3D Land, you know, Mario Kart 7, Link Between Worlds, you know, Pokemon games. So you had the thing it kept up because of its exclusive, and people love the exclusives. So I don't think it's going to be the Switch killer. I don't know how well it's going to perform. I know people speculate, oh, this is going to instantly kill the Switch because this is basically essentially what we should be getting since we've been asking for a Switch Pro for like years. But I don't think they're going to do Switch Pro because I think they're going to focus on the next gen Nintendo Switch system, and I think it'll be another 2 years because they already put on some big hitters on the Switch. And usually, if you look at their past record, always look at the past record of things. Once they're done, they move on to the next console. Like Super Mario 64. Did you see another big 3D Super Mario game on the Nintendo 64? No. But you saw one on the GameCube. But people will say, what about the Wii? What about the Wii? It had Super Mario Galaxy 1 and Super Mario Galaxy 2. And it is possible. It is possible for, you know, to have a Super Mario Odyssey and Super Mario Odyssey 2. It could be possible. Could be. Could be. But at the same time, you always have to look at the past track record. And same with the Rumor Direct. You know, it always happens at the beginning of the year. And usually they wait for 2 or 3 days ahead of time before they do a direct. You know, they'll be coming out this week saying like, "Hey, we're doing a direct this Thursday," and you're like, "Wow, way to go at the last minute, Nintendo! Way to go! You're doing it at the last minute. Congratulations! What do you want? Do you want a cookie, Nintendo? You waited and procrastinated on a direct." But usually their directs are good, so you know, even though they're procrastinating, I think they're procrastinating good. Last thing about, before the podcast end about the Switch, since this is all we're getting into the Switch, is the N64 portion online expansion pack. Now, if you have a Switch, dear God, please don't buy it. Please, 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 save your money. Save your money. Okay? Because it is not worth your time. There's barely hardly any N64 games, and it feels like they're just adding one N64 game each month. So they're kind of forgetting the Sega Genesis that they just added into it. They're also forgetting about the original Nintendo and Super Nintendo games. So, you know, $50 a month for haphazard N64 Online, but I heard there's some improvements, especially for the Ocarina of Time for the N64 Online. I can't say for the other games that's on the N64. I know Banjo Kazooie was the last one that came out for the N64 Online portion. I could forget, but Banjo Kazooie is a wonderful game. I don't know about the online portion though. But they did improve, and apparently the latency, the delay, the frame rate, and those issues seems to be a little bit gone away because people had some input delays and stuff like that. So it sounds like they have actually improved the N64 emulation on the side so that other games, N64 games, are going to be able to come onto there. Is it still worth? Is it worth your money? No. There's only like what 8 or 9 N64 games right now. That's not much to persuade you on for $50. The best thing, especially for me, what I'm doing is that I am waiting. All right, I am waiting for more N64 games. See what they're gonna add, what they're gonna improve, and did they really forget about the Nintendo and Super Nintendo games? Like, are they just gonna leave that behind? Be like, buy Nintendo, buy Super Nintendo. Let's release one N64 game a year, a month. And I'm not reading that. And it just feels a little bit difficult. It just feels not difficult. It just it feels like they need to push out more. Uh, oh, you're fine now. It just feel like they should be able to push out more games. Um, to the N64. Um, because they already showed their lineup. They already did. They showed up their lineup, and I'm going like, okay, what's gonna be next? Like, what's gonna be next coming to the N64? You know, um, like to be honest, I like seeing Majora's Mask. It's slowly coming. I'm curious of like third party games and not just first party games. Is Donkey Kong 64 gonna come to the N64 online? You know, is that going to come? Or what about Tony Hawk? Since we already have the remake, we have the remake that's on the Switch, right? Pro Skater 1 plus 2. What if they add the N64 ones to the N64 Online? Even though they can add, yeah, both of the 1 and 2 are there so people can compare the original Tony Hawk games to the remake. So it's kind of really cool to see that. So at the same time, we don't know what Nintendo's gonna do. We just don't know. And apparently, I'm just having a lot of trolls, so I'm not acknowledging y'all. Um, but I hope that y'all enjoyed this podcast. Because that is it for Nintendo. That's all I had for today. Unless I'm missing some, I don't know. Am I missing something? I don't think so. This chat is empty. It's always empty. Um, yeah, it's always empty. But yeah. If you ever want to be a part of these podcasts, all you have to do is come to the Discord server, which I'm at the link. And also, if you have any topics, as long as it's appropriate for future podcasts, if you want me to talk about the Bible parts of it, or if you want to talk about some gaming news or movies or anything, as long as it's appropriate, mind you. All you have to do is submit your topics, and if it's appropriate, we'll be on board. And like I said, you are welcome to join in the Discord server. I'm about to link that right now. I know this is a ministry server for some of y'all new people out there. Hi, hello, Airbreed fan, and handicap. I know ministry or Christianity is not everyone's cup of tea, and it's up to you. If you want to join the service, that is entirely up to you. It is ministry and stuff like that. And I know some people's like, and don't really, care about ministry thing. So if you want to join our Discord server, and you always have to join in. Also, we will be having a movie night. Hi, real night, Darth. Can we no cuss in the chat, please? Thank you. Gosh, y'all are just trolls. Um, thanks for coming in, trolls. But if you want to come in to our movie night, if you want to come into our movie night, we have movie night every Saturday at 7 p. Saturday, Friday. That's through our service, but Friday night we always have a movie night, and it's on Discord. I will not be streaming it, so if you want to come in, we'll be watching our Marvel movies. If you want to be able to come, we'll be watching Shang Li, Wu Qian Shang Sha Ha Ha. I don't know how to pronounce it in the Legend of the Ten Rings. Come on tonight. Also, we are doing a movie poll. If you would like to put in your movies, if you're willing to come to our movie night, that is the poll. So if you want to come into our movie night, make sure to vote. These uh can we not cuss here? Thank you. Please. That's the second time I'm asking. Um but third time I'm asking. Please don't cuss. Try to keep it family and friendly. Yeah, family and friendly. Yeah, family and friendly. Before I'm going off topic now. If you want to make sure, if you want to come in, put in your poll, your vote, make sure that you can come to the movie as well. These movie suggestions have been voted for from our community, from all kind of different franchises. So if you would like to come in and watch that with us, like I said, we do movie night every Friday night at 7 p.m. So in a few hours, we'll be watching that movie. And then tomorrow night, we do something called a weekly ministry service. And what that is, it basically sort of acts like a church service. You know, we play worship song, and then we go into announcements, and then 3 worship songs, and then prayer, Bible study / sermon, and then prayer, and then fellowship in the Discord server. We do that every Saturday night. The reason I chose Saturday night is because I want people to give people the opportunity to be able to go to church on Sundays. So that's something I really encourage this, because this is not a church. This is just a ministry. So if you want to come in, like I said, I already linked the Discord server. Thank you for everyone that came out, even if you're trolls. What happened to my chat? There we go. Good lord, it didn't even load. Wow, there we go. There we go. Now I can, I can only see the chat. Why is it not loading? Excuse me? I see the chat, but why is it not loading in the box? That's strange. I hate that. I hate the box now. It says to love your enemies, but that box. Ooh. But I will share my Discord server one more time as we're about to end this. Like I said, thank you everyone that has came out to this, and I will see you guys and girls next time, and hopefully maybe to the movie and the ministry service tomorrow night. But till then, y'all take care, be safe, be true, be you, and we'll see you guys and girls next time, whenever that is.